Having now gotten their first glimpse of Despicable Me 4, fans are left wondering just how time in this animated world works exactly. It seems to pass for some and stay frozen for others. The first trailer for Despicable Me 4 is now dropped, giving fans a taste of the Minion madness to come this summer. While the clip doesn't give away too much about the plot, it nevertheless promises the same spy-style antics, charming family dynamics, and zany comedy that audiences have come to know and love over the animated franchise's 14 years of box office domination. One of the most interesting developments in Despicable Me 4 involves Gru and Lucy's new baby, Gru Jr.
Something is missing.
This guy.
Oh, there's my boy.
His introduction is certain to be a new source of adorable mayhem and heartwarming moments as the infant learns to bond with Gru. But for longtime fans, the baby's inclusion also opened up a perplexing question about the Despicable Me franchise as a whole. One Redditor was among the many viewers asking, "This is the fourth movie and Gru has a baby now. So why are those girls not aging? They look the exact same as they did in the first movie." It's unlikely that fans would have such a problem with the lack of aging of Gru's adopted daughters, Margot, Edith, and Agnes, had Gru not had a bouncing baby boy. But now that the family has welcomed its newest member, things are more confusing than ever. Another Redditor observed, "Giving Gru and Lucy a baby but not aging up the girls is crazy, laughing my ass off." Over on X, formerly known as Twitter, a user compared the odd choice to characters in the Dragon Ball universe, saying, "4 movies in and the girls haven't aged up. They got the Goten and Trunks treatment." The decision to give Gru a baby while leaving his daughters the same age has some fans trying to grasp the logistics of the Despicable Me universe, describing seeing the trailer as a mind-bending moment. Another X user asked, "How's Gru got a kid and those girls haven't aged a day? What's the timeline of these movies?" If the events of the Despicable Me movies actually took place in real time, then the fourth movie would occur 7 years after the last adventure, meaning that the girls should have grown up quite a bit. However, fans have determined that the franchise's timeline doesn't match the real world. One such fan on X suggested of Gru Jr., "The kid's only a few months old, a year tops, throwing in pregnancy, I'd say we're only 18 to 24 months after the last film." Fans have also theorized that 2013's Despicable Me 2 takes place a year after the 2010 original. If that same logic is applied to Despicable Me 3, then it's not too much of a stretch to buy into the series taking place within a 5 to 10 year timeframe. While some fans are struggling to wrap their heads around the age of Gru's daughters, others don't see such a reason to sweat over the matter. In a franchise full of over-the-top villains, crazy gadgets, and goofy yellow goons, it's safe to chalk up such lingering questions to good old cartoon logic. One Redditor compared how the characters in Despicable Me age or don't to another famous animated family, writing, "Audiences aren't watching these movies to see the characters grow up with the viewer. It's the exact same as The Simpsons, where we know what to expect without any needless changes."
Oh, Bart, cartoons don't have to be 100% realistic.
Nevertheless, it closes the door to a potential opportunity for the Despicable Me to defy expectations. Another Redditor argued, "Given that the first one was genuinely very emotional and heartfelt and was about him becoming a dad, instead of all this stuff with Lucy and a new baby, they could have so easily done a sillier version of a Toy Story-style kids growing up and dad has to accept it type thing across a few films." What makes Gru's daughters seeming to stay the same age so frustrating is that it hampers their development as characters and their relationship with Gru. Since the first film saw them turn the once villainous Gru into a loving father, the girls haven't had as much presence within the franchise. Aging them up and having Gru deal with the difficulties that come with parenting preteens could have given the sequel an amount of heart that would surely surprise kids and parents alike. It's unlikely that such lingering questions will deter viewers from seeing Despicable Me 4, but it will certainly keep some scratching their heads until its release on July 3rd, 2024.